We are proud to announce the first annual You Guys Shred Fest, featuring performances by Sunfish, Queen Adilla, Downriver, and Poet Bones. Tickets are available at angelustheater.com.
Yeah!
Thanks, bro.
You guys are so good! Keep playing!
We haven't started playing.
Sweet Home Alabama, playing!
Just got here, man.
You guys shred! 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 You guys shred!
Welcome to You Guys Shred. When you find out guitars have batteries, your band members are NPCs, and your band name translates in Norwegian to payroll. I am your host, Keaton Stewart.
I'm your co-host, Tyler Christensen.
If you guys like what we're doing and want to support the podcast, please subscribe, share, and review. You can find our own musical project, Poet Bones, on all your preferred streaming platforms, as well as our merch on poetbones.com. We have a new Silly Goose music video out called New Vibrations, where we all dress up like pirates and act like idiots. Today's guests are some big old silly gooses. They have 2 new singles out right now called Dandelion Way and Almost There. Please enjoy Lønnefelt. Well, thanks for coming on, guys. We usually like to start with how we know the guests, and I guess I've somehow met all of you while I worked at the music store. I thought it was just you, Ethan, because I remember talking to you the most, but I guess I've met all of you guys.
Like individual occurrences?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all separate. Did you know they were a band when you met each of them?
Well, Ethan told me that you guys had a band, and I looked it up and followed you guys on Instagram before you guys even had anything released on Spotify. I think so.
That's right. I think it was right when we just started getting this whole thing going.
I think so.
Yeah.
I didn't introduce myself, but I remember going to an open mic, and you guys were the host band.
Right.
I remember you playing Voodoo Child, and I was like, "This is awesome."
Yeah.
Yes.
We weren't the host band. We just got up that night. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember, but I just remember. Yeah, I just remember shredding Voodoo, and I was like,
Thanks,
"Oh shoot,
man.
yeah."
Oh,
that
it
was
No,
awesome.
it was one of those cases where it wasn't planned, but every band member was at the thing. I'm like, you guys want to get up? I'm like, we're all here. You guys want to play something?
Yeah, I think
Mine as well.
Because Mike and I showed up for Rob's, for Heavy Jesters. They were hosting. Or
Oh,
something like that.
their our buddy's other band was playing. Or our band member's other band at the time was the host band. I do remember because I forgot about that, but I grabbed a guitar off the wall and I tried to sell it after. It was like, if anyone's wondering, this is $4.99. Come talk to me. I get 3% commission.
The real question is, what was it?
Oh.
Some Gretsch, Les Paul looking Gretsch, whatever those
I
called,
see.
Jetliner or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah. So you guys got 2 songs out right now on Spotify, 2 singles,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like I looked at your TikTok your TikTok. You guys got millions of views on that thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the whole social media thing was kind of weird. My wife does marketing and stuff, so she's telling us okay, try and follow all these rules, do all this stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll give it a go. And so because we were just we'll hit a random drive spell where we don't do anything for maybe half a year, and then we all get together all right, yeah, let's do stuff.
Let's do some videos.
Yeah, and so we were so we filmed a couple videos, and it was really random because the one of them that took off more than any others, you have these specific rules, post at specific times a day, do all these things. And I remember we posted it. It was at 11 o'clock at night. We were just whatever.
Not the specific time.
No, yeah. We were kind of just threw all the rules out the window, and we were whatever, because we didn't really care.
Of course,
a whole
that's
lot.
the one that pops.
And
yeah, it's never the one you think it's gonna pop. It's
no.
you're this is just some dumb idea, and you're what the
Yeah. So it's just one of those just golden moments where it's it just does it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of stuff that just can't really be explained, so you just kind of have to take it as it is.
Yeah. I think it's unpredictable, but it is weird when you're you're refreshing. You're what the heck? It's just how it just keeps coming in. You're what the heck?
We found that any video that Ethan's in does really, really well.
I was gonna say I can't look at you guys right now and not see the video game thing.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You guys do that too well.
I'm just grateful I get to be the cameraman on that, because
every band has the one guy that's I don't want to do this. Can I just be the guy that films it?
I had to do it for one of the videos because it wasn't really an NPC video, but I was struggling. I could not get it. I don't know how they're so good at it, but I'm glad I get to be behind
Well, that's the
camera.
thing about comedy is you get to be our you're the straight man.
Classic comedy.
Yeah, someone has to be serious.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be the Jackson Hole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
All the
don't know, man.
comments
I
are
tried,
like, of course
I tried.
the drummer's
Zero from the
behind
crowd.
camera.
Yeah.
And I love the one is like all drummers or everybody else aside from the drummer is an NPC. I
Yep.
saw so many
Yep.
comments
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. So like we've been getting comments now that like I don't know like we're the NPCs. Like if we were to change our band name, like it might be that. You know?
Change it to that because that's what.
definitely, yeah. We have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do like a green screen music video. It's like the crappy rock band.
Yeah.
And then just
Yes.
you guys doing the thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have the crowd. There's only like 3 different crowd members, and they just have them randomly placed in the room, and then they're all doing like the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want credit on that.
Only if I can borrow your pirate outfit.
You can. Yes. Yeah.
Credit will be given.
We're
Have you
good.
guys seen a growth like in any of your music stuff because of that? Like have people been going and listening to that stuff?
Yeah, there's
regularly?
been some spillover since we've started to do the reels, and since those things have started to pop off. Yeah, there's been a bit of spillover. It's less than what we thought, so that's why we've been like, okay, I guess we have to make a lot more of these reels and make more of this content, so that hopefully we'll get even more spillover to the music. But
Right.
yeah.
I
But
feel
it
the
does
same.
have some.
I feel the same way every time we do like a funny video or something and it gets some traction. You're like, it sucks. You think there'd be more spillover,
Right.
but even if you do get the one person, then that one
Oh,
video
it
was
matters.
successful. Yeah,
Oh,
if you
true,
have
I
one
agree.
person
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
else. But so going back to the music itself, how would you describe your guys' sound for somebody that hadn't like listened to you before? Because I feel like it's pretty unique. Like it's a really cool sound, but like how would you describe it?
I don't know. It's kind of interesting because, I mean, we all like take from different influences, and I mean, like for me personally, like when I'm like writing, because typically like Ethan and I will do a lot of like the lyric stuff, and it usually starts with like a guitar idea or like a riff or something. But for me, like it just depends on the week. Like depends on like who I'm like most listening to, and like maybe they'll like that kind of influence will catch. But kind of like because when we kind of get together, a lot of times, you know, like we'll show our ideas, and then we just let everybody take free reign on what they want to do, and so it just like every song like has kind of like unique things about it. Like every song sounds a little bit different. Like there's obviously some commonalities between them all, but you know each song has, I don't know, it's just like everyone kind of just brings their own, I don't know, like there's not like one person that kind of comes up with like all the ideas or everything. So we kind of like to give everyone reign to be creative, and so that kind of gives, I don't know, like
Yeah.
some uniqueness to each song.
There's definitely like I think like genres we all kind of like similar genres. I'd say we're fans of kind of like alt rock. I'd say we have a lot of similar influences there. Same with like kind of indie rock too.
Yeah, I mean, like each
Yeah.
song is different because, like, I mean, from any of our songs, you could pull genres such as like indie or blues or just
Yeah.
straight alternative. But I like to have it's kind of hard because there's like a lot of like pop or rock elements and just a lot of our music, but you know, there's some songs that, you know, oh, this definitely has more of a blues feel, or no, this like definitely feels pretty indie, and so I think that's kind of fun in that way.
So when you guys were creating the project, was that like an idea at the first? Is like we'll have kind of like the fluidity. We won't put ourselves in one box, but we can kind of move between all the different boxes and do whatever feels right. You weren't like setting out like we're gonna be a rock band. It wasn't like that when you started.
No, it's kind of just like we just had a handful of songs that
Ah,
we wrote.
yeah.
and so then it was just like, yeah, we just had a handful of songs that we wrote, and so we were just thinking like, okay, like we'll just piece these together, and then like every once in a while, like, okay, I want to come up with like a new song that sounds like different from the others. But yeah, so I don't know. We've never really kind of tried to like put ourselves into like a box, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But,
Right. Yeah.
I would say that we still haven't. Like, even now, if you guys were to bring a song that was completely different from anything we've played before, it would still be, like, supported and everyone would want to work on it and try and make it. So I think even now, like, we don't stick to a sound at all.
Yeah, that's what you would want as an artist, right? That's super nice. And that have your friends be like, no, we need to have this cohesive. You need to sound the same. Like every song
Yeah.
has, yeah.
Well, it makes like the songwriting way easier too.
Yeah.
Because we're not like pressed on like sounding exactly like this other song. Like it needs to be similar to this so that we can like keep the same vibe. Like
we're gonna have Cade rap on a song.
Definitely.
Yeah. We
It's
haven't.
like, we're supposed to keep that a secret. Guys, you weren't supposed to say that.
Yeah. We've left out our hip hop elements. They're to come. Yeah. Up and coming.
There's
yeah.
also some reggae too. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe reggae, jazz. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Figure it
That
out.
could be interesting for sure.
You know, it's
EDM.
funny because driving, most of the time I'm listening to like dubstep, EDM. Like I like, it's but then like I don't know. It's just been funny. Like
I've-
learning
yeah,
learning
next
bass
project.
and like learning how to like play because I've always like loved the bass, and just it's funny. I'm always listening to dubstep and EDM in the car. And then I go like practice and I'm like, playing like indie or alt or like rock and
You'll often
Yeah.
find that with a lot of I feel like a lot of people and people we've interviewed, the type of music they play, they are obviously doing it so much and writing it and whatever else. So when they're not doing that, what they listen to is completely different. For instance, him over here, he doesn't like we play like rock and blues and that kind of stuff. He doesn't listen to that at all. Like his favorite band's 1975 and like pop and stuff like that. Yeah, so he's
Right.
like and you almost kind of need that. I feel like you need somebody that's like away from the canvas that can look at it from a different point of view that brings the different elements, like you're saying, the different songs and kind
Right.
Yeah,
If going
that's,
from
that's
that,
the only
yeah.
way you bring fresh ideas.
yeah. Otherwise,
like
it's going
into
to be
the
the same thing over and over again, like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
And kind of going back, we'd kind of talked about the start of your guys' band, but like, how did Lønnefelt start? Like, how did this project come about?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably say, I mean, it's definitely started with probably me and Tyler just kind of
Which one?
jamming. It's a good question. Me and Tyler, because we went to.
Which out of all the Tylers?
We were the same class at Maple Mountain High School.
Okay.
So, and we've been friends pretty much. Yeah, I guess we met in high school, but
I thought you were gonna be like, we're friends.
right.
Right.
Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, friends. Right. But yeah, we started jamming together and started writing music. It was like was it before the pandemic? think it was before.
It was like beginning 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said
So
you
it was
guys.
kind of like like we would get together and jam. I remember like cause I've been playing guitar about 9 years now. I remember in like high school, it was like our senior year that Ethan started picking it up, and so I got back from my mission in 2019, and he's like shredding just unbelievably. He's just playing like
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix, Pink Floyd like flawlessly, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's only been a couple of years, and this guy's like, he's advanced. Like,
Someone hung out in their
someone-
basement for a while.
Yeah, and so so we would get together and like jam. We just jam a lot, like take turns like soloing. And then after that, we came up with a couple songs. We were like, we decided we wanted to write some music, so we wrote a couple songs, took them to some open mics, and then. After that, like, well, let's try and find some more band members. Like, let's like actually just try and start a band. So then Ethan found Jackson, which
Mind if I
the
explain
backstory
how
on that's
that
a little bit
happened?
funny.
you
Yeah.
should actually.
So Ethan's cousin Mia was friends with my sister Morgan, and Morgan and Mia wanted to perform in like a school talent show or something, and so they wanted a guitarist and a drummer. And I believe, I might be getting it wrong, but I think Morgan's boyfriend was gonna do it as the drums, and Ethan was gonna be the guitarist. And so that's how they kind of got connected. Again, I might have this wrong, but I think that my sister and her boyfriend broke up, and so they didn't have a drummer anymore, and so they needed me to drum for them. And I had like been playing for a few years, so I was like, okay, yeah, I'll come do that. So that's how I met Ethan, and we played the worst show.
That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
It was atrocious. But
Let's start from the beginning. Let's unravel the trauma.
Yeah.
So
The
the beginning of the day, you wake up.
just the sound was horrible. Like, we could have played better, most definitely, because we only had like a week to prepare. But we could have played better. But the like sound was so bad. They had like
So
the
it's at the
guitar
school
way too
talent show?
high.
Okay.
And they had all of it wrong. Like
Was
we
it
were
like an auditorium, gym?
no outside.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going too quick for me, man. Let's slow it
Outside.
down.
Okay,
Foreplay.
outside.
Foreplay.
They're playing it out.
So you're outside. Is there like a cover above your head, or is it just like open and the
open.
sun's
It was
just
just
beating down
Just
on you?
open.
Okay, that
Sun
sucks.
beating
That
down,
already sucks, right?
Just 2 speakers, I believe.
Are you
like,
guys the only
hooked up.
band playing?
No, there was a.
3 or 4.
Have you guys know Poppy? or is it Hoppy? I'm trying to remember their names. They're a
I
local
have experiments
band.
with both.
I want to say it's Hoppy. Anyway, I've seen them play Velour before, but they were like, we were an opener, I'd say. It was like like kids from the school were the openers for them before they came on. Yeah.
So it's like a battle of the bands, but it's a talent show basically.
Pretty much.
There's
yeah.
other kids juggling and.
None of those. Luckily, it was like all music. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember.
I
there
mean,
was
you could have music while you juggle. Damn, Ethan.
that's true. You can, and that's impressive. In fact,
I would just
I'll
like to
teach you to
point out, why
juggle,
are you
Ethan.
talking so much shit on jugglers?
Ethan,
I'm
I
You
can
guys heard it
juggle.
first,
I'll teach you.
Lönnefelt. Hey,
I'll
it's
teach you.
jugglers.
I actually,
Zoom in.
I'll teach you how
I
to
would
juggle.
actually love to learn how to juggler.
I'll teach you.
To
I'll
juggler.
teach you. I can juggle.
I thought you were saying
Juggle.
juggling.
3 balls. Okay.
You can do
He's
3
going
balls.
for the juggler.
You can do 3.
jugular?
Wait, can you teach
I acknowledge you. I appreciate your joke. No one else heard it, but I did. I did.
me? I missed it. Damn it.
Whisper it in my ear.
Oh, I know. I was saying
Juggernaut.
juggernaut, the juggler, the jugular.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
He was trying to. Yeah,
you think you hear one thing and you say another, and then it just gets further and further away from what you wanted to say.
Yeah, I digress. All right, so we get it. You hate jugglers. So you guys are showing up. You guys load on. You said you were like one of the first bands to play. There's like 2 speakers. You said you
Yeah.
could have sounded better. So why?
Well, we could have practiced a lot more than we did for sure. Like we
So the
only
lineup's you, guitar, drums, and like a bass and a singer, or no bass?
piano because Morgan was
bass.
playing piano, correct? Yeah, no bass. There was no bass.
yeah, that's your first mistake.
Yeah, amen.
Thank you.
and then Mia, was she playing guitar or was she just singing?
I think Mia was playing guitar.
And were you
if
guys
I
doing
remember
like an original song or a cover? Or?
all covers? Not
Careless
a single
Whisper.
original. Yeah, Careless Whisper. 5 times actually. Yeah.
Oh, you guys had a whole set. It wasn't even just a song.
Oh no, it
you
was.
had a whole set.
How many did I would think 5?
Sheesh, I think it was 5 songs, and
Yeah.
we suffered through all of
Do you
them.
remember what any of them were?
Oh,
It's
give
so
me a
bad you
second.
should like put it out of your
Adventure
memories.
of a Lifetime.
Yes, there was Adventure of a Lifetime. There was was it Sedona? I can't remember
Seven
by
Nation
who.
Army.
Sedona. I don't remember
I
who
don't
by,
remember
but I
what
think
artist.
Sedona. There was a Billie
Cage the
Eilish
Ele-
song.
We
I
did
don't
Cage the
remember.
Elephant. We did Cigarette Daydreams.
Yeah.
I think that was the one that was like.
All
eh?
right, it was all right.
It was okay.
Yeah.
That one was pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
that
hard to
one
mess
was-
that song up.
So was
yeah.
there a bunch of people there watching too, like sitting in chairs or hanging out, or is it like empty?
More than I expected, to be honest.
Yeah,
How many do you think?
probably maybe 100.
Oh, that's not
Maybe.
bad. But
Yeah.
you're up there, so I mean, even 100
First
people
time
up there.
playing,
Yeah,
by the
you're
way.
like,
I don't know if it was
Yeah.
your first time.
Oh, I
playing on a
played.
stage?
I played one show at like a
with another juggler.
with a juggler. Yes, there was a juggler. It was in Mapleton. There was a juggler, and he booed at me, and that's why I hate
The
jugglers. from
juggler
now.
got
Yeah,
mugged.
yeah. See, that's where it all began. That's where my hatred began. No, I played
It's
like
understandable.
It was like a what's Mapleton's? They have like it's every year on the 24th. They have some type of celebration in the park.
Pioneer Day.
Yeah.
Pioneer Day.
No, it is. It's Pioneer. It's Pioneer Day. But yeah, and me and Mia, we just played like a few songs. And that was the only other time before this show that I ever played like live.
So, but you didn't get booed or anything, right? You guys are saying it's horrible.
No,
You
we
just-
didn't. We didn't get booed, but we just like
Just
we
courtesy
couldn't
claps.
hear.
Yeah,
we couldn't
courtesy
hear
clap.
anything, and we were all just like, like probably playing different tempos all at the same exact time.
Probably nervous.
Yeah, super nervous.
Have you guys seen the movie That Thing You Do?
No,
They
no.
have like their first like big show, and they're like, and like just missing the beats, like the cymbal falls over, just like everything you don't want to happen happens. Did anything else? I mean, would it just sound bad, or did anything like blow up?
Well, I mean, we forgot lyrics left and
pants.
right. We forgot parts.
Basically, anything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
And the best part of it was that whatever the band after Hop or whatever,
Hoppy, I
I think went on after, and they absolutely killed it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they did.
So just made you guys look so bad.
Yeah.
The sound was amazing,
They're
and
like,
so we're
"Yeah,
just
we
sitting in
got
the
this."
audience like, oh, and everyone in the audience is like, oh, finally, like some good music.
Something I can listen to.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, but to
so
be-
you guys got off, and you're like, let's do this. Yeah, I want to. Let's start a band.
I will say.
No, I
I
didn't
love
talk
this.
to Ethan. I didn't talk to Ethan for a year.
I was so embarrassed with that juggling
But
bit.
the good thing is, it was so bad that I feel like now I can play any show and have it go terribly
Yeah.
because
Gives you
it
the
was
confidence, yeah.
it was a full set of garbage that like I'm like, okay, I can live through this. Like even
You
if
got
things
it all
just hit the
over.
shitter,
Yeah.
I can get through
your
You
first
need,
this.
show.
yeah. There's a lot of comedians that talk about that. Like your first show, you should bomb. Like you shouldn't kill it
And
because
we
then it's gonna
did.
give you like a false sense
Yeah.
of like, yeah, you have the ego and whatever else. Like you need to bomb that first time so you know,
Right.
like, okay, I can do this because it can't get worse than
I,
that.
I remember
that?
our first show was like a full band. Once we were like fully formed, we
Did you have the name Lønnefelt as
yeah
well?
yeah we had Lønnefelt, we had everything set up, and we opened for Cinders.
At Velour? Or?
It was just at like this like outdoor like someone's backyard concert type thing.
Party.
And we go up and we open up with Yellow by Coldplay, and like halfway through the song my guitar just cuts out, and I was
yeah.
playing like an acoustic and electric, and so just cuts out, and like we get to the end and like we're like checking cables, and then guys like, when's the last time you just like switched out the batteries? And I'm like,
yeah. So where's the
batteries?
battery?
I was like,
You didn't even
wait,
know, yeah.
you're like,
It's
"There's
acoustic. It
batteries?"
doesn't have batteries.
I mean, it plugs in, but I would just think like any electric guitar. I mean, I didn't think I need batteries.
Cargo, no space. Car
And so
don't do that.
I'm sitting there like I'm like jaw dropped. I'm just like, can I borrow somebody's guitar? And
At least
you
it's
know,
acoustic. They can kind of hear it in the backyard.
yeah. And so luckily the other band that was opening, it was who was it? MJ Wood.
yeah.
It was also
Yeah.
Hoppy.
It was hot.
Yeah, MJ.
Again.
It was like MJ Wood. Like one of their guys, like, yeah, you can just take it. Like just use it. He's like a little annoyed, but I was like, thank you so much. But yeah, I remember like that time. I just it just like threw me off for the entire show. But that
It's the
was, like-
worst, yeah,
But
gear
you know,
malfunctioning.
but also good. You know, it's like really good for things like that to happen. Because yeah, like Ethan was saying, like it happens and then it like happens in the future, and you're just like, whatever, you know.
Yeah, you're at least like I've been through this. You get the fight or flight kind of thing. You're like, fuck
Yeah.
again. Yeah, it's to the point now where I've been playing for so many years that it's like, all right, what? Let's check the cables. Yeah,
So Ethan and Jackson had played, and then like so a year later, Ethan and I are playing. He's like, okay, let's, you know, Ethan's like, well, I know like one drummer, and I was like, well, I don't know any drummer, so great. And
That's
so
100% more than me.
yeah, and so we invite Jackson. We have a couple jams together, and we're like, okay, yeah, like let's include Jackson. Yeah,
he did okay.
We need
He's
a drummer.
alright, I guess.
We need a
We
drummer. We don't know anybody else.
Better than nothing.
If someone else comes along, we'll kick him out.
But and so yeah, so we played for a little bit, and then we us three actually we played at Salem Days, just like an outdoor concert, and that sucked as well. It was like it's like July, August,
Yeah.
and it was like
Yeah.
they had like a trailer that just folded out, and
Yeah.
it was like all black, and so it's just like in the heat, everything else is like burning, and so it's like I gotta like plug stuff in, like I keep like burning my hands,
yeah.
and like we get to the end of the set, and like my shirt's drenched in sweat, and so that was our first set like with us three. And soon after, we found our other bassist, Tyler, other Tyler, and we played with him for about a year. We knew him from high school as well, and so it's kind of funny, like just those small connections. But we played for him. We played with him for a while, and then year passes, and he's got kind of busy, and so he was like, I might need to step out for a while. And then comes Caden to the picture, and how that all came to happen was kind of interesting.
Tyler 3.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I knew Ethan. So okay, I'll start from the beginning, I guess. So I was in a
I
band
was
with my.
bored.
I was in a band called Hoppy. So I was juggling at Maple Mountain High School.
Dude, this guitarist
I
like
chucked a ball at a
booed me.
guitarist.
Dude, ruined my whole set. No, but so I was in a band with my best friend, and that's how I met Ethan. Because
Does
we
he have a
needed
real name,
guitarist.
or does his best friend have a name?
Yeah, it's just best friend.
Oh yeah, it's best friend. Yeah, no, his name's Gabe. We
Shout out
we
Gabe.
grew up together. Love you, Gabe. We grew up together, and we always have loved music. And
Yeah.
I remember when we would try and make like lo-fi in his garage, like and like with our little like mini MIDI controllers. And
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, so I was in a band with him. We decided to like be serious and like try and create a band, and we like desperately needed a guitarist to like fill in, and we knew a couple. Gabe knew a couple. I didn't know anybody, and somehow I don't even remember how Gabe like found you, but you came and like try it out, Right. And we were like, after you left, and we were like, dude, we need him. Like, we need him so bad.
That dude knows all the Cage the Elephant songs.
So that's how we met. That's how I met Ethan, and we just shredded, and he like.
You guys shredded.
Oh, we shredded together. Yeah. No, but yeah, we Ethan like instantly like became part of the band and like just became one of us.
What was that band called? Hoppy?
It's called Hoppy. Yeah. Basement Waves.
Oh, Basement Waves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So because we practice in a basement, and so we were like, basement. What can we do with basement?
Sound has waves. It travels in waves. So
Basement?
Boom.
So
Waves. Basement Waves.
So
Yeah,
that
it's
band ended up like breaking up, or
No, so I ended up leaving just because I felt like I needed a break, and I had recently gotten married, and it was like putting like some strain like on our marriage because like newlyweds, and like we're trying to like figure it out together, and I'm like gone all the time like practicing.
Constantly
we practiced
in the
like 3
basement.
times a week, constantly in the basement. And it was like a 30-minute drive from my house, so she was just like sad and trying to support me and stuff. And so I was like, I need to take a break, so I left. And just like we like worked things out like on good terms and stuff. And Ethan was like, dude, I freaking miss jamming with you. Like, would text me all the time. He's like, dude,
Just slide in
come
your
over to my
DMs.
house. Come over to my house and play. Like, let's go play. Like,
miss those fat tones.
dude, come on. And
Need your waves.
I was still like trying to work.
Your wife's
out
like,
with
who's
my-
texting you?
Yeah,
And
she's like, he's texting you all the
I
time.
miss
You're
you.
like always on your phone. You won't let me like look at
I
your
was the
messages.
mistress.
Yeah,
Who keeps sending you these juggling videos?
dude. Her name's Ethan. She has nice.
She sounds
long,
hideous. Well, she's a
red
guy,
hair.
so.
Yeah,
Khakis.
yeah. Only one of her ears are pierced. Like, yeah.
She's edgy.
She plays the guitar, electric guitar. So
While juggling.
she has like 50
So
effect pedals.
too many effects pedals. So how did the name Lønnefelt come about then?
It was actually, didn't Tyler? I think Tyler, our former bassist. I think he's the
Not
one
this
that
one.
actually
Former bassist.
former bass. I think he's the one that actually like came up with it. But,
Yeah, I mean, we were just like, we just put up like random band name generator things.
But
But randomly there was one that popped out and was like Maple Lane, and I was pretty set on it. I was like, Maple Lane, like that's pretty hip.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I was like, okay, cool. That's why I asked these guys like, that's too soft. And I was like, okay, fine. And so
It just sounds like a Mario Kart map.
Maple Tree Way.
First
Yeah,
album
exactly.
title, Maple Lane.
yeah, see,
First,
let's bring it
yeah.
back.
Well,
Yeah.
Also,
we-
like credit
we're-
on that.
We're under for our for our release and stuff. We're under Maple Lane Records. That's where I kind of
Oh,
snuck
okay.
it in.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
I put it in there. Just
Yeah.
so Tyler, old bassist, he took Maple Lane, started translating it to a bunch of different languages. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
wow,
kind of fun.
cool.
So yeah, so Lønnefelt is what he got when he translated it to Norwegian.
Oh, wow.
And I think it's pronounced like Lønnefelt, but I was like, we're kind of like, let's just say Lønnefelt. Might as well. So sometimes the pronunciation kind of gets lost, but it's like whatever. But anyways, the funny thing about that is that so we found Lønnefelt and we were pretty set on it. And then people asking us like, where'd you get that? Explaining them the story. And then one day it's like, you know what? I like go to take I put Lønnefelt in Google Translate, and I go to put from Norwegian back into English, and the way it translated back was like payroll or something like that. So
It was bound to happen.
So I don't know.
Some
like,
dude in Norwegian's like looking up, trying to fucking do his taxes. He's like, why is there a band called Payroll?
exactly, yeah.
That's actually tight. I love that.
those-
Subscribe.
Yeah. Shout out to the Norwegian accountants who's gonna have our names popping up for them.
I know that we've been, having silly goose times, but I just want to get serious and say, if you guys could do a video with a juggler and have that be your music video, it's the whole time it's just one guy juggling, one shot.
I used to know how
Maybe
to
it's
juggle.
me. I can juggle. I don't know. I'm like soft pitch, me juggling,
I can juggle.
and
Everyone can
I
be
only
juggling.
charge $50 an hour.
50 an hour. We can do that.
We can do that.
You
Fair
can do
enough.
that?
Yeah.
You guys put me on payroll.
Yeah.
I mean, put you on
Call back, call back, call
I mean, put you on Lønnefelt.
Please do.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just funny the translation coming back. So I don't know. I don't even know if that means Maple Lane, but Lønnefelt just sounds kind of cool. Another way I like to describe it is like the past tense of feeling alone. You were lone felt. Just missing the A at the beginning, but you know.
I was thinking it felt like the,
Yeah. That's what
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that, so
felt
that's cool.
carpet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how much do you guys make a year before taxes?
40 cents.
Payroll. I'm here for a silly goose time, and that is it. I'm sorry, guys. Your guys' grandmas listen to this. Who is this guy?
He needs to stop.
Yeah, it's just enough of the juggling jokes.
I don't know if you've seen our videos, but we're only here for silly goose times. Yeah.
I'm into it. I like it. We got a good vibe. Good juggling vibe going on. We're juggling it back and forth. Yeah,
feel like you
tossing
juggle.
jokes. I'm trying to see how many times I can say juggling.
I
Do we have
feel
a
like
juggling?
you juggle.
We need a word.
Can we have like on the video just like every time I mention juggling?
Yeah, we should have a juggle counter.
Yeah.
throughout this.
People will not hear
yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
besides
Yeah,
that.
it'll just be yeah.
So I
Don't,
was
don't
like,
forget
you guys,
this was a music podcast.
you guys are like stuck on this NPC thing. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
juggling.
True.
Juggling.
That is
We gotta-
true.
it's time to evolve.
It's time to
It
evolve.
is. This is the next step for
Cave's
Lønnefelt.
like, this sucks. This sucks so bad.
It's because I can juggle. It's because I can juggle. Okay.
I want to see it actually.
I think
really
we
do.
both need to juggle, and
Yeah.
that will be our
I think we
TikTok
do. We
video
need
for
to
this.
juggle off.
Yes.
We do.
No, you and me.
Ooh,
Oh,
Juggle
that.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time to
I
juggle.
need
I
three.
don't have any juggle stuff.
Three apple-sized items.
Do we have
Apple
3
size-
medium-sized coffee mugs?
Do you guys juggle?
3 Stanleys.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll once I'm on payroll, we'll talk about it.
All right.
That sounds good. Okay, cool. We'll come back.
We'll come back.
We'll do Lønnefelt Part 2, and it's just juggling.
All right, and we'll start the podcast.
Sweet.
So,
Good warm-up, guys.
Yeah, good warm up, guys. Kind of want to just talk about your guys' like recording process. Do you guys record yourself, or do you go to a studio? How do you guys go about the recording
I'd say,
process?
Yeah, we pretty much record ourselves. And we've just been trying to buy stuff, and
Is it like you? Who's the engineer?
engineer we've actually sent it off to. Do you know Spencer Dean? At
Oh
all?
yeah, Spencer Dean.
Yeah, he's down in. I think he's down in Snow. He's down. He's a guy in Snow
you know
College.
Spencer
He's super
Dean?
good. But
Do you even
Oh,
know
he's the
him?
dean of Snow College. Yeah.
yes, the dean of Snow College, and he's been yeah. So he'll actually like engineer it for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
But are you guys? So you just got your own.
Recording wise, we've actually gone to, so at least for our first 2 singles, we've gone out to UVU.
Okay.
Yeah, so where Ethan's
Yes,
like
for
doing
drums,
audio
yeah.
there. Yeah, where he does audio and stuff. We've been able to go there. A lot of the other people in the program that they get time. Basically it's a win-win situation where they get to practice recording. They can use our stuff to work on projects, use for their own portfolios and stuff. But it gives us the opportunity to go and record. But like Ethan was saying, we've now been slowly building up more equipment. So for right now, for our next songs that we have working on, we just bought like an SM57, and so we've been recording like guitar. Yeah,
The classic.
And so the classic, industry standard, and so we've just been recording like guitar and bass.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah, not yeah.
Well, sure.
The one microphone. That one microphone. Anyway.
Thanks, man. Kay got it.
And so we've just been recording like bass and guitar, and so now we're kind of trying to figure out like, now we're at the point like, okay, well now what do we want to do for bass and vocal? So there's like a few options. We're trying to go like the cheapest route, but from here on out, like we're just trying to record as much as we can on our own, and then and then just send it to some local mixers at least.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So you guys got a bunch of new songs in the works and demoed out, or
Yeah.
what?
So I think the plan is to. I don't know exactly how many songs we're going to release together, but the plan is like either an EP or a full album. So that's what we've been trying to compile right now.
Is that? Can you talk a little bit more about that? Is it going to come out 2023 or?
Yes, the plan is this year.
Okay. Cool.
In fact,
One can hope.
yeah, one can hope. I mean, I think our most optimistic guess is this spring potentially.
Yeah. Don't hold us to that.
Yeah.
Always one of those.
not a hard deadline.
Yeah.
Do you guys kind of have like an idea, a concept for what the album or EP would be? Like you already have like an idea, like for cover artwork, or if it's all going to be a certain vibe, or is it going to be the same kind of thing where every song is a little different?
So far, all of our cover art has been old film photos.
Yeah, I like.
that
I was
we
going to say I
found.
really like your guys' art that you have. Like, is it? I guess we can come back, but just going off a little bit, is it like photos you guys have taken from your home?
So our first one for Dandelion Way, that was actually an old family photo of my mom's.
No way.
So it's like
That's
it's like her
cool.
and her siblings. So
That's
I thought it was kind
awesome.
of fun.
What year was it? Probably because it looks like 70s or 80s or.
Oh, I think I would have had to been like probably late 80s,
That's
early
cool.
90s. So
So you just
yeah.
took that and then
Yeah.
you just put like the logo over the top of it.
Yeah,
you, like,
we just put
scanned
the
it
text-
in.
yeah,
or
so I
took a photo
scanned
of
it.
the photo.
so we just scanned it. Yeah, we just scanned it in, and then we just put the text over it.
Okay.
So pretty simple, really. And then
Yeah.
for the second one, I think it was for our second single. I think it was some relatives of Ethan's. So like an old
Yeah.
family photo that his parents had.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. I mean, you guys don't have to, but it would be cool if you continued that theme.
I'd like to.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I want to gear towards for this next release.
Yeah, I think it's cool, and then it all kind of correlates too. I mean, they're singles, and it's not part of that, but then they all, that's cohesive. That's cool.
That's kind of the plan, because we've kind of run out of family photos to use. We still have a few. We still have a few. That
Dude, I bet you could
are
find them if
cool
you tried.
enough.
Yeah.
No,
It's
there's
just-
more out there, but
It's just ones that are matching what we're wanting for the.
I bet
for the
if you
song.
dug harder, you could find some.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
So we're still gonna look, but just in case we ever do, not like any of them a lot for our album, and we want like a different photo, I bought a film camera.
Oh, cool.
Forever
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
And so I've just been taking a bunch of photos on that, and if we ever like have a specific idea for one, then we'll just go out and take photos, because
Keeps the same vibe,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like an '80s camera, so it's gonna be really grainy and
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I dig it.
that's exactly what we're looking for, and I assume that's what we're gonna use if we do an EP or an album.
Yeah, stay with the film photo type trend. So because Jackson already has a handful of photos that we feel like are pretty good candidates, pretty good potential album covers. So
Yeah, you guys got it pretty much there. You just got to finish her on up, tie her up,
Pretty much.
get her out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to finish recording and then just send it essentially. And that's the other
So we
thing.
just got to finish doing everything. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
So- so-
finish recording
so
and mixing and mastering. No
essentially-
big
Just have to
deal.
write the music and then record
yeah,
it. And then release it.
exactly. Yes.
Still have to write it. Yeah, we got to add like 3-5 more songs.
4, 10, whatever.
Write,
it's, I
record,
don't know.
mix, master.
Semantics.
Not sold on the ones we have.
Still
I
not
mean,
huge
those,
on
those are
Lønnefelt.
just like little details, you
Yeah,
know.
little details.
So,
Just
I mean,
juggling
it's-
video Keaton.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, if we press some vinyls on the inside, we'll have one of those folding ones open, and
It's just
there,
me.
and it's just Keaton.
And I'm
just-
juggling all your
yes.
different artwork.
Yes.
That's the music video, by the way.
Yeah, I'm into it. I mean, once again, 15 hour. Put me on payroll.
We'll have to negotiate that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not really up for negotiation.
We have another.
I told you my rate.
we have another
you did.
juggler. He's actually pushing like 40 an hour.
I know what I'm worth, man. I know what I'm worth. Tyler, look here. I'm serious. I'll fuck you up.
With some bowling pins.
Yeah.
All right.
They're on fire. I'm not your basic ball juggler, okay? I'm not juggling balls over here. We're doing strictly
You're
flame
specialized.
pins.
I would not want to go out any other way.
And then I
Pretty
swallow a
epic.
sword at the
I
end.
guess I'm out of the picture. I can only juggle balls. So
Okay. Well,
All right, guys, we're here with Lønnefelt.
all right. Maple Lane, how's it going?
So it's been great. This is the.
So we're
it's
here
been
with
a-
payroll.
Yeah.
For this new album that's going to be coming out. Are the songs all the same? Or are they kind of the same beat of like each song will be a little different? Or you try to go for like an acoustic vibe, different vibes? What is it all?
It's probably actually the most like a little more heavier actually than anything.
So you're
we've
going
done
heavier
so
than you
far.
ever
Yeah,
released the other
it's
songs.
more. I'd
Yeah.
say more rock based.
Yeah, because we have like these first two songs are like probably definitely a lot softer. Like we have a handful that are a little bit more like rock, like rock. You know, not like super
Rock,
heavy, but you know, something.
We will be doing Screamo.
rock coming soon to theaters near you.
Rock, heavy rock. Monday. Rock, heavy rock.
You've tried hard rock. You've tried soft rock. You've tried indie rock. Are you ready for rock?
Guys, that's private.
Payroll rock. No, but yeah, it's kind of hard because yeah,
You guys
like,
are fun.
yeah. So that's like the hard thing is like because
The rock rocks, they're hard.
Yeah. Because everything's like a little bit different, it's kind of hard to like piece together like what all songs like do we want to have like a good mix of like lighthearted versus like heavier moods, or do we want to have it more just geared towards having most of it being like heavier, as far as like mood wise themes and stuff. So that's one thing that we're trying to figure out right now is like, do we want to kind of put out like to show everybody kind of like our range, or do we want to kind of stick more closer to one specific mood or theme?
Yeah, so you're kind of just still digesting it. I bet, I guess you can correct me if I'm wrong, but now that it's the four of you guys are kind of getting more together and playing more together, you probably just noticed that you're getting the more full band, the more rock song heavier, just because it's all four of you now, versus when you started just the two, three of you, whatever it is.
Definitely
so
more rock
a little bit,
now.
yeah, more rock, less soft rock. What were the other ones you said? Etc.
Rock.
Then you have the subcategory medium rock.
Now, people don't appreciate medium rock enough.
I would say that your guys' the Dandelion is medium rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah, I'd say that's
actually
medium
true,
rock.
yeah.
And then what's the second single song?
Almost there.
Yeah, Almost There is soft
Very-
rock. Yeah.
It's very
BPM of 6.
Easy rock, yes.
BPM of 6.
The basement wave of sex.
Yeah.
It's not about the note, it's about the notes between the notes. Do it
Hey,
again.
that's the truth.
Yeah, it's,
The phantom notes.
The phantom notes.
Phantom of the Rock.
Many
Rock.
of them. Phantom of the Rock.
That's the album name. guys.
Opera of the Rock.
Phantom of the
opera.
Rock.
Phantom of the Rock. Yes.
We have it.
It's just Sean Connery. Welcome to the Rock.
Listening to the Rock.
Welcome to the Rock. It's just Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
No, all the song names are like just you just replace anything with the word rock. Rock.
Have you guys seen Scott Pilgrim versus the
Oh,
World?
yes.
Where he's like, I'll take you for a ride on my garbage truck. Truck.
Truck.
It's kept reminding me every time he said rock.
I just rewatched that. It's so good. It's even better once you're in a band.
Yeah, pretty good.
It's true.
So kind of coming back to like your kind of like TikTok videos and just videos in general, do you guys kind of have an idea of what you're going to do in ahead of time, or you guys just kind of come up here at band practice, you're like, oh, it'd be funny if we do this, and then you just do it?
Yeah, that's definitely it.
It's
It's
just
just like
it.
whatever
Just random idea.
Like the NPC video came up
Oh my
because
gosh.
we
That's how-
showed up.
yeah.
We showed up to
Oh
band
my
practice, and
gosh.
I don't know why. Me and Kay just do random shenanigans anytime.
We're waiting
we
on
show
Tyler
up.
to show up,
Yeah.
and so we're like, well, I'll go in
just sit
together.
there
And
and
so
start-
we're out. It's dark
Literally,
outside.
We
We're
walk
just
out
like
the street. We just start acting like NPCs.
it's like an
Yes.
NPC contest between the two of us.
You're just like, I pull up.
Somebody's driving by. What the fuck?
Yeah, well,
The guy's juggling.
I pull up, and they're walking around like, I'm like, what the heck is going on? Yeah, I get to practice. They're doing that. I was like, okay, it's one of those days. All right.
You didn't even have like what are they doing? You just
No,
All right.
it's usually expected. Like, cause I usually
You
get
just
there
drink it
just a
in.
little bit later, and so usually by the time I get there, they've had enough time to kind of let their inner selves
Yeah.
come out.
and you guys don't do drugs?
So there is some realism behind the videos. That is kind of how we act. So
We're like the closest things, like we're like the closest to drugs without actually doing them.
the amount of
like it.
comments we've had is like, oh yeah, like 420. I also smoke before practice. Blaze, guys.
These guys must juggle. I feel like that's where the best stuff comes from, though. Like
yeah.
that's the only way to have something funny or relate to is just having a silly goose time with your friends, because that's how
Yeah.
we come up with our
true.
stupid shit too.
It's the
Is to say,
best
yeah,
way.
you're just like sitting there,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what if we did this, or you're just goofing around.
Yeah.
It's the dumb stuff that makes you laugh. You're like, nah, that's funny.
the one.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
I mean, I really think it's just like kind of like it really shows like you being genuine, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like in those moments, like it's nothing really that feels forced. And so it's like those are usually like the types of things that do a lot better because it's just, you know, it just shows you, I don't know, you can definitely tell a difference between like people who do force things versus things that were just, you know, kind of like, this is just me. This is me just being me.
Yeah.
And
it's more, like you said, it comes across more genuine. It's actually funny because you're like, oh, this is just that's how they probably act all the time versus like, oh, they wrote out a skit and then they're just, like they're acting.
Because even if the video like doesn't even get any views, like it doesn't matter. We found it funny. It was just a stupid thing we did that day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just for us, you know? And everyone else are just witnesses.
They're the ones playing the video game, man. We're the ones in it. We're the jugglers of life.
Except we're juggling you guys.
You guys juggle. Fuck. Should we just end it while we're at? Jeez.
Yeah, it's time to walk out like George Costanza.
Yeah.
You say a funny joke and you just leave.
Yeah. Drop the mic.
Done.
I'm out.
Done.
He's beating out.
We peaked.
Yeah, we peaked. Quit while you're ahead.
That was it.
This is usually where it goes downhill, just like our practices.
Not true. Just spirals to more chaos.
Yeah, we hit this climax and it just drops, and then we kind of all sit there like, what are we even doing?
Well, see you guys next week.
Well,
Ethan's usually in the corner like hitting arpeggios. So we're all trying to discuss, and then Ethan's like,
It definitely goes off the rails. Me and Cade will switch instruments halfway through.
That's when you can tell band practice is over, when people start switching instruments and there's just the one band member that's just like,
I can
someone's
be
trying
it.
to
I'm
talk
sick of
and
this.
they're
You
just
try.
like,
we got there pretty early the other day. We got through like 6-7 songs, and then like all of a sudden like, I mean, I'm like at the microphone, I look over at Jackson standing on his seat playing his drums. Cade's like standing on his bass, turned against like towards the wall, like away. Ethan's somewhere, I don't even know where he was. He's like under the couch or something.
that's your next video. No context. No context. Next video. No context. It's just that. Yeah, it just goes between all of you guys
360
doing your weird shit in the room.
We do just need a
we
camera
needed to
running during practice.
set a camera up into the corner.
I mean, it's fun to watch though.
Oh yeah.
So, you guys,
because like you have me, I'm usually trying to like, you know, keep it serious, like, all right, like let's practice.
yeah, someone's got to be the one that keeps it on tracks.
And so I'm usually the guy like at the microphone, like I'm like trying my hardest to like, okay, like let's get this. And,
Come on, we got to practice for the show, guys.
And like I look over, and then there's just these three, just like, I just most of the time I don't even have words.
Yeah, I mean,
He just goes on.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
you
it
know?
do be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Welcome to being a band.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys also want to plug your social medias or anything else before we go?
Oh yeah, we should. You can find us at Lønnefelt Band. Lønnefelt Band.
Two
Simple as
ends,
that.
right? LON
Yes.
Yeah.
FELT.
Yes.
That's the easiest way to remember it.
Or hashtag payroll.
Yes. Hashtag payroll. But
Yeah,
you
we
can
need
do
it.
it.
Hashtag Norwegian payroll.
Rock.
Yeah, these are everything in here is going to be on our hashtags for,
Look, guys,
for the next
I'm
month.
giving you the material. I'm giving you the tools for
Why is
success.
juggling trending again?
If you want to experience rock,
Can these
follow
trends just
at
die
Lønnefelt
out?
Band at Instagram and TikTok.
Subscribe, share, and review.
And hit that bell icon.
That's private. Well, thank you guys
You
so
like
much.
this content?
Thank you guys for coming on. And
Share it with your friends.
And we'll
Just so you can be notified.
You're not
catch you
ending
later.
this podcast.
We'll be back next week.
Thank you for having us. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Seriously.
And we're gonna start it.
Thanks for listening to You Guys Shred.